Now, rosacea is an umbrella term. It covers a lot of different sub-conditions. So, for example, you can have acne rosacea, you can have just mild rosacea affecting just the cheeks or the end of the nose, or you can have a florid rosacea that flares up intermittently and persistently and consistently sometimes. You just never know when it's going to happen. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Vysana newsletter. I'm Dr. Sunny Dhesi, GP and aesthetic doctor, and I'm here to share with you what happens in clinic, things that I've been learning about, things I've been sharing with patients. So please, if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do click like, please make comments, and subscribe to Vysana Life at our YouTube channel. And let's go on to the newsletter for this week. So firstly, I wanted to start off with mindfulness. It is the thing that sets our intention for the day. We lead very busy lives. We're going into some darker winter months now. The clocks have gone back. You might have noticed that as you're driving in the evenings, it's much darker. And with that can bring an effect on your mental state. So I'm sure we've all heard of seasonal affective disorder. It's something that does exist. We as humans do like to be in the sunlight. We do crave light. And with the darkening, it does affect our mood. So one of the things I've noticed that, again, mentioning before, taking a daily vitamin D supplement is important. It helps with all aspects of physiological function as well as your mindset as well. And also perhaps just waking up a little bit earlier in the morning and trying to get a glimpse of the sun. Studies have shown that if we expose ourselves a little bit to the morning sun or a sunrise, it gives us a better hormonal and physiological drive in the morning. So that's my little bit on mindfulness for this week's newsletter. Now, we love all things skin in clinic, and one of the conditions that I often see, especially at this time of year, is the beginnings of rosacea. Now, rosacea is an umbrella term. It covers a lot of different sub-conditions. So, for example, you can have acne rosacea, you can have just mild rosacea affecting just the cheeks or the end of the nose, or you can have a florid rosacea that flares up intermittently and persistently and consistently sometimes. You just never know when it's going to happen. So, like I said, rosacea is a chronic inflammatory skin condition, and it mainly affects the face. It predominantly affects those people who are lighter skinned, but it can appear in skin of all types. So Asian, African, all skin types. And we usually grade those skin types from 1 to 5. As I said, it's an inflammatory condition and it can affect all skin types, but predominantly we see it in lighter skinned individuals. It's more common in women, which is why I see it more often in clinic. It can cause the following symptoms. So you can get blushing, redness, and flushing. It can give you bumps, it can give you pus-filled spots, so you can confuse it with spots or acne. They can present as pustules, and it makes your skin more sensitive and things can sting. So for example, products that you've been using for a while, suddenly you're putting it onto your skin and they can sting. So there's a wide spectrum of rosacea, like I said, and it can range from mild to severe, and it can be quite a distressing condition. And it also makes people very self-conscious, especially if you're going from a cold environment into a warm environment. You suddenly get that flushing, people look to turn to you, or you feel self-conscious. So it can be quite upsetting. Now, rosacea is a lifelong condition, and it's about how to manage it. So in rosacea, your blood vessels become dilated, your immune system responds by sending inflammatory cells to deal with a perceived threat. While the root cause of rosacea is not known, triggers can include sunlight, hot drinks, spicy foods, alcohol, hot or cold temperatures, and foods containing niacin, so vitamin B3, such as chicken, turkey, tuna, or peanuts. Now, is there a link between rosacea and menopause? So your skin is one of the largest organs in the body. I'm sure you've heard that all the time. And estrogen, as it declines, reduces then. As estrogen reduces, it reduces your ability to maintain your skin barrier function. And where we see in clinic the manifestation of rosacea is anywhere between the ages of 35 to 50. So that kind of perimenopause, menopause period. So if you'd like some more information, you can always book in for a consultation. If you are one of our patients already, then you can liaise with Get Harley and get a virtual consultation sorted out. But these are the months now where we need to really prepare and maintain our skin barrier function. So that's looking at using cream-based cleansers. It's using serums that are not too active, and then also hydrating emollients. We have a great product range made of more in clinic. The day cream is a very light moisturizer that can help, and also our night souffle, which is a really nice hydrating night cream. And that's the time when you really want to try and restore the skin barrier function. During the day, it's quite hard to keep reapplying moisturizer. So I hope that was a little bit useful. That's more about skin today, what we'll probably be seeing more often in clinic on sensitivity and reaction. But like I said, if you maintain that skincare regime, then you will be okay. Those flare-ups can be managed. You can be more resilient in the face of those flare-ups. And also, if you're starting to experience those things now, you might be, in your late 30s and you're starting to experience those sort of symptoms, get in touch. This obviously is not medical advice. This is a conversation, not a consultation. If you would like a consultation, then please book in with me in clinic. Last but not least, we go on to our medicine aspect. So from mindfulness to menopause to medicine. So in NHS practice, I've been seeing a lot more coughs and colds. I think when we were wearing masks, there was a barrier function there. That, there are some studies that show that wearing masks in crowded public places, if you're on public transport, does help to reduce the transmission of cold viruses and obviously COVID as well. So we are doing a free webinar on how to flourish in winter, how to really build up your immune system. I'm doing that with Tina Hancock, who's a nutrition coach, and we will be doing that on the 15th of November. I will share the link with you in this YouTube video, and please do make some time at 7:30 on the 15th of November. So any hints and tips? What can you do? I mean, there is always, if you are in the right age group, the flu vaccine, that is always beneficial. If you've got children, they will have been having it or had it at school. And in terms of building up your immunity, it does start with nutrition. And then if you are experiencing symptoms, it's important to be getting enough sleep, being hydrated, trying to calm down your symptoms with simple analgesia if you're feeling unwell. However, again, this is a conversation, not a consultation. We are starting up private GP appointments at the moment. If you would like a private GP appointment with me for 30 minutes or an hour, and we can do it virtually or we can do it face-to-face, ring up our landline number or email us at information@vysana.com. Very soon you'll be able to book that in as well. I'm going to try and create some time. If you have any feedback on that service, then please do email us at information@vysana.com, or if you want to make a comment on this YouTube video, you can do. So once again, thank you for joining me for our weekly newsletter. This is Vysana Life. I'm Dr. Sunny Dhesi, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for watching.